Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Ask Alex.
Ask Alex.
Before we get started on today's episode, if you haven't already, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. On today's episode of Ask Alex, we're answering questions about the Audrain Newport Concours Motor Week. First things first, what is the Audrain Newport Concours Motor Week? The Audrain Newport Concours Motor Week is 4 days of events around Newport, all focused on cars. And on Sunday, we have a Concours d'Elegance. That's the crown event. So what is a Concours d'Elegance? Concours d'Elegance. Concours d'Elegance. So a concours is a very fancy car show. Cars from all over the world come to compete in different classes. They can win their class, or they can win best in show. In fact, we've made 2 documentaries about our concours. You can watch them here. During Motor Week, we have a lot of events going on around town, and people always ask me, where can I park? So, we have lots throughout the city that you can take shuttles from. You won't need your car once you get into Newport. It's very walkable, and all the events will have shuttles that go to them from the parking lots and from event to event. So our 2 main parking lots are Fort Adams State Park and Easton's Beach. You can drive your car into town and take the trolley from there. Another question I get is, do I have to be a member to attend? No, not at all, but members do get discounts. But if you want to become a member, go to audrainautomuseum.org and click on membership. Now, how do you get your car in the concours? We do applications online, but they're closed for this year. They'll reopen again in early 2023, so make sure to sign up for our mailing list and keep up to date that way. We wouldn't be able to hold this really cool event without the help of our awesome volunteers. People always ask, how can I get involved? Just like applications for the concours itself, volunteer applications are closed for this season. The application process for volunteers starts in the beginning of every year. So if you'd like to be a volunteer at the concours, head to the website below and submit an application. People want to know, is this event kid-friendly or dog-friendly? The Audrain Newport Concours Motor Week is 100% family-friendly. We have events just for the kids, and we encourage you to bring them along. However, dogs are not allowed. Service animals are more than welcome, but leave the dogs at home. Unless you're coming to Cars and Coffee, dogs are encouraged at Cars and Coffee. Speaking of Cars and Coffee, that's one of our free events. We have a ton of free events throughout the week, and we have ticketed events too. Some of the free events include Cars and Coffee, the parking on Bellevue, and the Village at the Tennis Hall of Fame. We actually have a family area there, sponsored by Bank Newport. At the Village, you can find concessions, vendors, car displays, merchandise, and ticket sales. Cars and Coffee is on Saturday, October 1st. If you want to show a car at Cars and Coffee, you have to register. But if you're just a spectator, you don't have to. Well, careful. One of our most popular events is the tour and the parking on Bellevue. A lot of the cars from the concours itself will do a tour that's about 60 miles, and you can check them out along the route. It's available online. After the tour, they'll park in front of the museum on Bellevue Ave. That event is free as well, and it's a great place to see some of the concours cars. Now let's talk a little more in depth about the Concours d'Elegance itself. All the cars at the concours are divided into different classes, like 30 under 30 or pre-war restoration. At the concours, you're competing against the cars in your class, but everyone's competing for best of show. Now, how do you prepare your car for a concours? One of the most important things about judging at the concours is the history and the documented history about the car. The more documentation you have, the better idea we have a complete story of the car. The story is what really is important to the judges at our concours. And the other important thing is cleaning. You'll often see people cleaning their car up until the last minute before judges look at it. It's gotta look good. Even if it's supposed to look old, it's still gotta look good. You heard me mention the 30 under 30 class. What is that? It's a class for cars under $30,000 owned by people under 30 years old. The most important thing about this class is the access to the concours. So these events attract the coolest, nicest, and most expensive cars in the world. But it's not always about how much the car costs. And by having a category like this, that's what we're trying to showcase. It's not about the money the car costs, it's about the story. Having a class like 30 under 30 is a way to encourage the next generation of car collectors to get involved. So you worked really hard, you got your car in a concours, and you won an award. What does that mean? It's basically a recognition of how hard you have worked and all the people who own the car before you've worked to tell the story of this car. All right, I got one more question for you. I've told you all about the events. So how do you get tickets? Well, some events need tickets and some don't. The Concourse, the Gathering, you definitely need tickets for those. But events like Cars and Coffee, The Village, or the Parking on Bellevue, you don't need tickets for those. We have seminars as well with some of the best automotive minds from around the world. You want to sign up for those as soon as possible before they sell out. A lot of our events do sell out, so make sure to get your tickets online ahead of time by clicking the link below. Thanks for watching this episode of Ask Alex. We'll see you on the next one.